Pulse, which of course we'll just go through one or two things, and everybody should get themselves a copy of the Standard, because that's where the Pulse is. And as usual, it starts off with a beauty on the first page.
Very.
And okay, no comment on the first page.
Oh, sorry.
Brendan.
She has a ring.
Yeah.
She's a nice
And
Just a lot.
moving on to page 2, there is a story there which Pulse in a minute. This naughty one of Kenyan's visible female artist of the moment, and there's a picture there of the two of them. There is
Lupita and Naughty Few.
Yes, Lupita. But moving on to page 3, where there's actually a story which is millionaire's frugal fashion. Smita, what is this all about?
I don't know, it's a fashion story.
Coloring lips with beetroot, conditioning hair with mayonnaise,
How
and
do you know about
moisturizing
that?
with avocado. Maybe the ladies can fill us in on, how's this.
This is, I love it. I was actually planning to do a blog post on different things you can use different foods for, not just eating. Do you know you can highlight your hair with like lemon juice, things like that. Yeah, so you'd be amazed.
Fruits made for eating.
Not just eating. You'd be amazed at how many things you can do.
You
can use vinegar as a cleaning agent.
I'm sure there's something you could do with nyama choma.
Oh, yeah.
Get gout.
No, well, say on your shoulder that can make the skin
Not
glow.
when it's been chomad.
Yeah, not so
But
much.
you can hit someone with it if it's like very
What of raw fish?
raw fish.
What can you do then?
You eat it. Sashimi.
Sushi, yeah?
No kiss knife.
Huh?
Yeah, raw fish is equal to no kiss knife.
Garlic.
Who says? Raw
Or is
fish
it
is very
garlic?
fresh. Garlic.
Okay, I'm out of my
Maybe.
depth here. I don't
Yes.
think
You really
I'm
don't know what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, but I
Coming
think it's
from
nice. I
life.
think the story was really that Lupita really talked about using avocado in her skin and in a lot of other things. I think that is what made this become a story, as it is.
As it is.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
All right, who will take the throne? This is on page 5. It started about 3 years ago, and the battle between hip-hop heads, Calligraph and Octopizzo and Rabbit is still brewing. So there's still that battle going on, and who is likely to take the throne?
Who's asking, actually?
Well,
Kevin Oguko is asking.
I should tell Kevin. I could tell Kevin that he needs to have a chat with Lisa, who tells me, and I agree, that the rabbit who now is called King Kaka, after he relaunched, he has a new name.
Thank
And
God.
for me, he's. I think I like the direction this young man is going. Yeah. Overall, he looks good. He behaves good. He knows where he's going, and the lyrics are tight. And if you watched him, and he's dropping something today, by the way, at 5 p.m. This one, I think, it's called The Promised Land, which is coming out, and he has collaborated with Josh and Amos. Beautiful. They actually played at the Garissa Memorial Concert. Yes.
Eric, what's your take on the Battle of the Three? And the
I'm not a big fan of rap, but I prefer Rabbit to... I don't know who this guy is. Who's this guy? I don't know who that guy is.
Octopizzo and
I don't think very much of Octopizzo. I feel he's very busy. But I think we'll go with
busy
Rabbit.
making music or
No, he's just a busy guy with a lot of things. Yeah. No offense, I don't know the guy, but I prefer this gentleman. You know, there's a thing about Kenya that is very... People are doing all manner of things. Deals. Nobody's zoning into one thing that he's doing. So I like the Rabbit is doing. I know he's a rap artist. He's a rapper. But I like him better.
He's a rapper.
I don't know what
what's your
Calligraph...
take on the three, and is rap a genre that you would sit down and listen to?
I know of Octopizzo, I know of Calligraph, but I actually have listened to Rabbit stuff, especially thanks to Coke Studio and all that. So he's put himself out there more for me to be able to actually notice him over the others. So I don't know. I'm not gonna call out on anybody, but I'm just saying I've been more exposed to his work than anybody else's.
Yeah, it's all like a moon cycle. Yeah, and you can see 3 victims here. Popular fan. King Kaka right now is the man of the moment. Yeah, he's the girl of the moment. He's the one sitting on the throne. Yeah, Octopizzo is somewhere in the opposition. Yeah? And Calligraph is always just somewhere there in the middle. Yeah?
Is Calligraph a DJ? Or also a rapper?
No, he's
He's an MC. He's a rapper.
All right. Let's move on to the story that Smita was talking about, and this is the cover story. You can just maybe allude to it because I know you don't want
he
to
wrote
give out
it,
the whole.
so-
That's true. Yes. Yeah. I think people should, everyone should buy this story.
What was
because
the objective of doing?
the objective was a week after Garissa, we are saying all this.
That's on page 8.
Yeah,
So
on
page
page
8
8 is
of
the main story.
the Pulse.
Yeah. Just, was it a week or a
Yeah, a
after,
week.
a transformer blew, and people who have been peacefully dreaming of whatever people dream about in campus, maybe nice girls, good grades. You wake up, whap, and you leap out of in your underwear, you're on the 6th floor. Normally, if you had such an explosion, you'd jump from a 6th floor in your underwear. And you land down there and you're breaking your
Somebody
neck.
actually died.
One person died. So you can imagine the sort of psychological jitterbugs that are in students right now.
Or everybody else, all Kenyans actually.
Yeah. The other day, some plane flew overhead at a restaurant where we were, and you could see guys looking.
And all these stories about malls, every other day you hear there was a pro box with like AK-47s and stuff outside Junction, outside T-Mall, TRM. You don't know what's true, you don't know what's hearsay, so you just want to, you just want to stay put in your house.
I become so cautious when I enter a mall. I look at the exit. In fact, I asked at Java, kuna mahali ya kutoka na hapo nyuma kwa jikoni?
But
So
even
it's,
if there is, it's scary.
No,
It is.
it is true. I remember going to a restaurant at some point and I was waiting for, and as soon as the person sat down, the first thing they asked is where are the exits?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many are they?
Yeah.
Can we sit closer to the exit in
Absolutely.
case of anything else?
Yeah.
So really, it's like an awakening.
I used to be like that right after Westgate. Like everywhere I used to go, I used to try to map out. I'm like, okay, where can I get out? So I remember there's this time, went to Cafe Habibi with some friends and we're sitting outside and I was just thinking, oh my God, is there a way out from the kitchen? Because this place is so open and exposed. People can come in through here. Then Abdi Haji walks in and I was like, wacha wakuje. I was like,
But
let
I
them.
think what I'm liking, Tony, about the story that you have done. Also, I've also seen it in the other dailies elsewhere, and I'm liking that media is thinking together now in terms of what is haunting campuses now. When there was also another really heartbreaking picture that had a coffin of I don't know, it was on social media. It had a coffin of one of those students, I think in Kisii, and there was a young kid really tearing and looking up at that coffin. And one question somebody asked, would it be easy to convince this young man that he needs to go to campus? After this,
absolutely.
that really convince because I think there are lots of people now who are just thinking, I'd rather not go because if this is what's going to happen. And most of them who are in these hostels that you went and did this sort of drill, it will continue for a while. And I think there should be some counseling involved. You know, like the way they used to counsel people after the post-election violence and Westgate, because I think the students are still hurting. They are still panicking. They're still just wondering, because these people are still saying and threatening that they are not yet done with us.
Right.
No, they are not done with that. And we need to, honestly, like to learn now the fight back thing. There's been all those videos going around. If you're attacked because these guys are coming to kill you, human beings tend to hope, like the students who are under the bed. You're hearing people being shot, but if 4 of us were under the bed, you keep thinking maybe they'll spare us if we cooperate.
Okay.
These are not, we need to learn to be like in vicious fight back mode, because you can die fighting,
That's true.
you know,
And
because that
really,
will execute you anyway.
yeah, the more reason why now everybody should get themselves a copy of the Standard and read the Pulse. This is a really good story. And just to wind up on this, Boniface Mwangi was in the studio yesterday with Sophia, and one of the things he said, which I still remember, is that people go to school to come back home with degrees, not to come back in coffins. And talking about the story, you're saying the young, child who was looking up, it is very difficult.
In fact, there's a woman who said that had I have known, I wish she was saying she wishes her daughter was dumb so that she could make it to the
To
university.
campus.